Recording live from somewhere, it's the world's famous TITT is home team in the motherfucking house.
No question.
As always, it is Davis backwards and who state your name, gangsta?
Philmatic 365, aka iller than the rest of them.
That's right. We are recording courtesy of ourselves, giving a shout out to our brothers at the War Room Sports Podcast Network.
Yes.
B. Austin, Jimmy, what up? What's up to the Burtons? They were actually in my part of town. I missed them, man. But
I know, yeah, you were in their part of town.
Yeah, this is crazy. But I did get a chance to hook up with Roy. We had some delectable chicken.
Man. I was type envious, B.
shout to Love and Honey. It's right there near Temple's campus, near Frankfurt Avenue. Definitely had the good cornbread, the good chicken, macaroni and cheese is on point. So in Philly, please listen to the John Appetit podcast, and you'll know exactly where to go to get the best food. So shout to them. What's popping, man?
Hey man, collarbones, man. Shout out to Raz. It's so much, man. So much good music. Still a lot of fuckery going on, man. This boy trying to get the homie Jemele off the air. ESPN, showing they panty liner. And
they about to lose. I mean, the NFL is already on thin ice right now. ESPN is right there with them too, man. What's next, man? Good gracious.
They on that white girl ice. You know that shit in the movie with Stringer Bell where she fall through the ice. They on that, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So all right, Phil, before we actually get into the show formally, man, we just wanted to let people know that there are often various types of people, but when it comes to us, either you're with us or you're against us, much like M said. But there's
Shady X.
There's two kinds of people, man. We're gonna talk about some of those right now, man.
Let's get it.
So there's the kind of people that actually clicked on Woodak Yellow by You God. And there's the kind of people that did not click on that link to listen to that rendition of the Cardi B #1 single in the world. Were you one of the people that clicked on it to hear You God, or were you one of the people that did not click on
it? I saw it and was like, I clicked on it though, because just so I could officially talk, and just because it's like one of them things, man. You can't choose your family, man. So I just was like, man, I got it for the culture. I got to. Yeah.
Shout to you guys. Shout to the Woo who are actually making big noise. The video of Reggie Noble sent some pretty big waves on the internet last week.
Fire.
So they're coming with it. So we'll see. All right, Phil.
Found on the August Tissue and the Tape playlist, official tissue.
Talk to him. So, all right, there's another kind of people here. There's people that celebrated their football team winning with some miles and some yak, and then some people that did not.
I don't know about this football team winning thing. I don't know nothing about that.
My team is 5-0. Your team is 1-4. Yeah. Is that correct? So,
no. We are 5. Together. We combined. Our teams have 5 wins.
Okay, well there we go. So I didn't celebrate with the mild and the yak, but shout out to Shannon Sharp, who's probably one of the most entertaining people that is currently on
Uncle
TV
Shannon,
right now.
Hey man, I know Tony G's your guy, but just off the straight for this journalism run, Shannon is becoming my GOAT. My GOAT tight end.
He's definitely getting there. Now we mentioned Cardi B. There's two types of people, man. Two kinds of people. People that are happy that she actually has the longest run as a female solo artist, #1 on the Hot 100, and there's people that aren't happy. I know that you're in the majority that is happy, much like me. Am I correct with that, man?
I'm for real with mine, It's I'm so happy she's stomping her bloody shoes all over the chart, yo. I love it, man. Like just like to see like because you literally saw the progression. You literally saw her literally at the bottom, you know, and
Ring girl at the rap battle.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, yo. Yeah. Ring girl at the rap battle to the
Mona Scott employee.
Yeah. To getting ass shots in a queen's basement.
Yeah.
To being the top of the Billboard 200.
Yeah. And she just got best new artist just now. She just got a look for that. So, man, big shout to her, man. I heard.
And she's actually a new artist. I love the fact that she's literally. They be giving you best new artist, and you already been on the circuit. Like Rapsody will probably win a Grammy for best new artist, like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like even though she's been out, damn near 10 years now.
Yeah. Now there's kind of people that actually want to act like there's not a whole bunch of things going on. For example, speaking of Rapsody, man, they're gonna be people that gonna act like she doesn't have a top 3 LP of 2017, and there's gonna be people that say that she does have top 3 LP. I'm gonna go ahead and say that she's up there. I mean, besides Kendrick, you could throw Jay in there. We're talking about LPs. I mean,
I already got my top 5 at this point right now where we are. Barring, I mean, obviously you can't count nothing that hasn't come out yet, but I know who my top 5 albums of the year are. Hippies on the way, by the way. It's Road to the Hippies coming soon.
Yeah.
And she's way up there. She's not 5 or 4.
Yeah.
I tell you that. Yo, and I might have been premature when I said it, but I said it, over a year ago. She is the best woman to ever touch a microphone, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Excluding nobody. And I know a lot of people don't like that, and they all in their feelings and holding on to, a lot of shit. But if you bust it down, anywhere you want to go, the only thing they couldn't say is like she didn't have that signature album. Well, she didn't have a signature single. I'm telling you, Ooh Wee is one of the most underrated songs, but that joint is making waves in a different era. It would have been, like one of those songs that people just hold on to, but we not in that time frame. She has the album, she has the cosigns, she wants the heat, and she's better than most of these niggas. I said it on our other show, I said it on the couch. She wants it with whoever, male, female, they, it, shim, whatever. She wants it, and she deserves it. She's one of the best MCs in the world, excluding nobody.
You know what I wish, and I know that Vic Mensa has already been announced as a special guest for the 444 tour. Man, I wish that she would have got that look.
That would make me go. I'm not going because I've seen Jay 18 times. Literally, that's not an exaggeration. That is my 18 times on 18 different occasions I've seen Jay-Z perform songs.
Yeah.
But if I tell you what, if she's there, I'm making my way to DC, Philly, or Charlotte.
Yeah. I really hope that happens, man. That would be so dope.
Yo, I just give me a couple days in advance so I could go. I could get these tickets and make my way there. That's all I need. Just
that would be
48 hours.
Early Christmas present for the Heat holders, man. Make that happen.
Yo, but I'm telling you, I'm wherever she's at, I'm going there. If I have to go to Carolina, I'm there.
I mean, the title performance alone, the people that were able to actually see Made in America.
Oh yeah, she smashed it.
Great, and she actually was in the rain. They still were rocking. So
another component of, you know, I'm big on the live shows and the live performances because as we know, MC means
move the crowd.
Exactly. And she did that. And so having a live show is a big thing with me. So I was happy to see that she rocked it.
Yeah.
And I just wish her the best. And like it's a lot of people as our homies would say, Richard riding, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like she got a lot of new cousins and everything, but you know, we been there. You know, we was there before it was cool to be a Rapsody fan. And I'm gonna keep saying that because people acting like what we saying is brand new, and it's not. You know, she is who we thought she was.
Yeah, and she's one of the main people in terms of just this show and just our whole movement. Like she's the type of person that we like to celebrate just because
her rollout is crazy, man. Like I love like all the she been giving shout outs to everybody from Scarface to Issa Rae. Yo, she buried the cipher even though they didn't show it.
Yeah.
Yo, BT, y'all suckers, man.
Yeah.
Deborah Lee.
We're gonna talk about that in a minute.
She look like Heathcliff on remember come on, man. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, next topic.
Well, we're gonna get into some of the best things that we saw since the last time we had a live show. By the way, shout to Precise and definitely shout to the whole
K Hill, what up?
Yeah, K Hill. Shout out to the whole movement they got going on, man. Kick a verse.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get down there for the Mickey Fax show. I just gotta like the timing. It's kind of iffy on the because like I had made prior plans, but I'm gonna try to make it down there for that, man. That they doing a show with Mickey, man. Yeah, so you know that'd be dope, man. Down there, Carolina.
But yeah, shout to Stallone and Weathers.
Man, I had a great time with them, man. And in the EP's fire, yo. So you know, get on your internets and
But yeah, there's somebody that we will be keeping in touch with, and we'll be, you know, definitely promoting and keeping everybody in tune with what they got going on. So
absolutely
salute to them. All right, Phil, on the couch. You're my man when it comes to TV and movies. You're normally my barometer. So we're gonna talk about TV for a little bit, man.
You know you in my wheelhouse.
So we're gonna start with the mayor. All right, now. So ABC, you know, ABC has been the home to such shows as Family Matters.
It was good for its time for a while, and then it went.
Yeah, it went south.
They got a little too extra.
It went to CBS for its last season, but that's neither here nor there.
That happened?
Seriously? Yeah, it did.
Oh,
ABC was like, all right, that's enough Urkel.
I don't even know where I was for that, man.
We by then we weren't watching.
I was outside.
When it comes to them representing us, Blackish, of course, is another show that comes to mind, of course, from ABC.
One of my favorites.
Now, we're not Vietnamese, but Fresh Off the Boat definitely is another show that we can relate to.
I rock with Eddie.
Yeah. Am I missing any other shows from ABC that comedies? I mean, I know, you know, The Scandal, and you could possibly say How to Get Away with Murder.
I mean, Modern Family Fire, but there's a new one.
Okay, so we were getting into it. The Mayor. Now, of course, the premise, time-honored tradition of like a Chris Rock or a B Eddie Murphy movie. Think Distinguished Gentleman or think whatever that Chris Rock movie was where he was put into power. Whatever that was.
As the press, I don't know what it was called. I just remember his name was Miles in there. I don't know why I remember.
No, that's the name of it. No, that we're going with that. As the President. Yeah, that one. Shout out to Chris Rock. The Mayor, I mean, it really did remind me of like a 90s Black Hollywood, you know, political comedy. As far as watching the pilot. But for those that don't know, It's a young man from California. He's 27 years old. He's still trying to get his rap career off the ground. He runs from there, and they bring us right into the middle of the campaign. Like, they don't really waste any time as far as getting us into that part of it. Spoiler alert, he ends up actually becoming
he fucking won
the mayor. Right. And then, from there, the show is kind of going to show us, all the things that essentially he was using it to promote his mixtape, and then he ended up actually maybe taking it serious as things go by. We'll see as the season goes on. But Phil, what'd you think about it? What'd you think about him having this type of ambition as far as using this to promote his mixtape, and his homies being involved in it, his mom being involved with it? What'd you think?
I mean, you're definitely right about the '90s feel. I definitely had that. It had the traditional sitcom feel.
Mm-hmm.
It was missing everything except the snappy theme song. But I really dug the like, typically this would have been under all intents and purposes, this would have been, if this was the '90s, it would have been a white kid, and it would have been, like Ricky Schroeder type. I'm skewing old right now, but I really dug it though. They had non-denominational Leah Michelle on there. I don't know what she is, but I like it. You from Glee.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's something. But she plays his campaign manager.
Yeah.
But it was like, I like what they're trying to do, and it shows the positive light. But it was just overall, it was just entertaining, and it was something I could watch with Z. She dug it.
I mean, that's the part that I like too. Like the fact that it's just lighthearted, and why not give us a chance just to just have something just fun, That's how I felt about it.
Yeah, man. Everything, as much seriousness as we got to deal with on an everyday basis, it was cool to just have something, like, now I'm sure there's going to be some points where that get heavy just because you're dealing with politics. So what's going to come with that. But, as it is right now, 2 episodes in where we are tonight. I didn't watch tonight. I got it on the DVR, so I'm going to check that out. Because also I always watch them the next day so Z can watch them, because come on past her bedtime.
Yeah.
But
it's only right now. Head of State was a movie I was thinking of, Chris Rock.
That's what was his name? It was
definitely Miles
President. No, my horrible Chris Rock impersonations.
Maze Gilliam.
Oh,
yeah, close enough.
Yeah, Maze Gilliam. He sounded like he sells ribs and rims out of the same location.
Rocks and blunts. Now, shout to the mayor. We'll be paying attention to that. I got enlightened. Just on a side note, I was actually kind of disappointed in myself because they had a campaign talking about mayors and like black mayors, and Richmond, Virginia has a black mayor.
Yeah,
like he's like our age, like literally like 37 years old. Did not know that, and like when I saw that, I was like, huh.
It's only like 4 black mayors in the country.
Yeah,
something stupid like that.
It's crazy because my cousin sent me a picture. He's like his barber, and he was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry. I've been out the loop." So man, shout out to him. I definitely wanted to bring that up because I did not know that Richmond, Virginia had a black mayor.
Is his name Miles?
We're gonna find a Miles now. No, his name is not Miles. His name is LeVar Stoney.
The bony homie from Stoney.
Common. But yeah, man, shout to him. Definitely wow. I mean, that's a big deal. Anybody that knows anything about the Commonwealth of Virginia, and more importantly, the state capital, which is Richmond, Virginia. He's the 80th and current mayor of Virginia. He served as a secretary for 2 years, and he's the first African American in the role of secretary, and he was the youngest member of the governor's administration, and then he became mayor. So big shout out to him, man.
Nice.
Yeah. He's from my side of town in terms of being from the Peninsula area, Tab, Virginia. So yeah, 757, stand up. That was pretty cool, man. And then Blackish. Let's talk about that for a moment. Man.
The GOAT of television.
It's been excellent for 3 seasons already. We're heading into season 4 now. Very well entrenched. Was moved to Tuesday after being there after Modern Family for so many years. And here we are, man. They essentially split them up so that they got their own night,
which is well deserved.
Yeah. So just great to see them on TV. I think Grownish is coming on soon with Dion Cole.
Yeah, and the and the daughter.
Yeah,
her spinoff is her different world.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. But let's just talk about Black Thought for a moment, man. He's
the best MC in the world.
He's a recurring theme on this show. We call him the best MC in the world. We call when rappers don't want to get on other tracks with other rappers, we call it Black Thought syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Tariq Trotter, the guy that essentially he gets kind of overshadowed a little bit by the fact that he's in a group and we just don't get to hear his bars as exclusively as we'd like. But last week when he went to Sway with Method Man, we definitely
the MCs aspire to be.
Definitely
got to do it to death till you're tired of me.
I mean, Meth got off. It was cool.
Yeah. Meth was like, yo, let me go to the phone, man. He's like, I ain't gonna have Black Thought up here just slaughtering me. Yo, like, no, Meth did his thing though. I was like,
but there's this.
I thought he was about to put one of them contacts in, yo.
There's this and then there's that, man. So Black Thought, of course, did what he does. We'll give you a little snippet of that, but his little I guess vignette from Blackish was one of the best things that we've seen already, man. Of the year, man.
Yo, they got the inspired from Schoolhouse Rock. I'm a Bill.
Yeah.
Yo, it was magnificent, man. Get a little snippet of that.
I mean, you just look at J-Bo from Story of OJ, and then now you have this from Blackish. I mean, people are starting to really give people an idea what that minstrel mentality, kind of is, and what that imagery is, and how it still kind of relates.
Yeah, man, and and we know it, and it's still uncomfortable. So I have to hope that white people saw it, and I hope they were uncomfortable, because they need to be.
Yeah,
because the shit wasn't sweet, despite how
despite what Mike Dicker might think. There has been oppression in the past 100 years, by the way, Mike.
Yeah. He can suck my Mike Dicker. That's so corny, man. Like, of course, the old white dude would say there hasn't been no oppression. He hasn't seen it. Of course not.
He's like, have you seen Richard Dent's Cadillac? It's like, come on, man. Are you kidding?
Really? The Cadillac is that's the standard of achievement.
Essentially, that's how he came off to me. Like, I mean, Refrigerator Perry, he had. It's like, come on, man. Like,
these dudes had to be. They had to win the genetic lottery. 1.
Yeah.
2. They had to be literally the best in the world at what they did.
Yeah.
To even get mentioned by him.
Yeah.
they had to be the best in the world at what they did. Meanwhile, I live next to a dentist, like Chris Rock said.
Right.
Chris Rock lives next to a dentist, and he's rich.
But back to Blackish. I liked how they really gave a history lesson.
Yeah, they took
a lot of people learned more about like the end of slavery and why Juneteenth is recognized as it is than they ever learned in school, for sure. Like, no question.
It never got mentioned in school.
Yeah. So again, man, shout out to all the writers there, Kenya Barris, just Anthony Anderson and Tracy Ellis Ross. I mean, they are the standard, and since they tried to take the Cosby Show away from us in A Different World, doesn't get as much credit as it should. A Different World is one of the best television shows of all time.
Oh, it's so great. Because
like no question.
It defines an era.
Its impact on just if you look at the millions and millions of young Black kids that it impacted, not only that were of the age of the people that were being portrayed in the show, but that were at least a decade younger than the people that were being portrayed in the show. Right. Exactly.
We are direct
watching that as an 8-year-old, 9-year-old,
we are direct results of A Different World.
Yeah, for sure.
As businessmen, as college graduates, as fathers, as husbands, we are a direct result of what we saw. I'm like, I want to go there. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to find me a Whitley or a Comunu or both, or a Kim or a Freddie. Yeah. I want to go work at Kanishiwa.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to wear 4s and 5s.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
the illest thing to me was when Dwayne and Ron had the Bullet season tickets and they were like trying to divide them up. I was like, niggas get season tickets? Like, I was floored, yo. Yeah, I won't forget that, man. I remember when they were trying to divide them joints up, and I was like, you telling me, you could actually like be like a young Black dude with season tickets? Nah, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
And they dealt with everything from race to religion to domestic violence to AIDS to drugs. They touched on every topic that was affecting not only Black America but America in general. It'll never get the props it deserves. And with William H. Ethering these women out here, it's never gonna.
I know, man.
He's gonna have to be in a box before they probably ever let A Different World come back the way that it should.
Yeah, but we said all that to say, just in terms of television and just stories being told. We mentioned this before, as far as the Insecures, all the different people that are being recognized, Atlanta. It's just good to be able to see people that look like us on TV with excellent writing and excellent performances. So shout out to the mayor, definitely shout out to Blackish, and shout out to A Different World. That, like I said, man, it's one of the most important television shows of all time, and just want to make sure that we shed light on it because it definitely impacted us. We're hoping that, like you said, Z watching these shows, hopefully she has a chance to feel that same way about seeing some Black people on TV.
Yeah, man. Oh, and just for good old reference, I'm looking at this list. There are about, in major cities, like with more than 50,000 people is considered major.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 25 Black mayors. And then another in 9 major cities.
That works for me.
Another 15.
Because if that's the case, that's almost just as impressive. Just because chances are it ain't a whole lot of just all Black cities. Mm-hmm. So if you're in a small town and you're a mayor and you had to get the white people's vote, like, man, shout out to you.
The blackest place, the blackest place on this list is East Orange, New Jersey. It's 88.5% black. God damn. they call DC Chocolate City. No, cousin. This is like
Licorice City.
Yes.
But no, yeah, man. That's definitely where a good portion of where my mom's family is from, man. Ogden Street, right there by Orange Park, right there. So spent a lot of time there. So man, shout to East Orange.
A lot of outlaws.
Oh yeah, for sure. Philmatic.
Yes, sir.
The OG Chuck D, man. He's somebody that we always try to
animal
props to.
It's my guy.
He's been in the news. They released some music. They're obviously just not on the tip of everybody's tongue nowadays, but they still are relevant. And a lot of things that he said, 30 years ago, still going on. But one of the things that we wanted to just talk about just really quickly and give Chuck D a shout out for was he mentioned that the NRA, they are a terrorist organization.
Because they are.
He's like, do not get it twisted. Please make sure you get my name right when you put it there. Say Chuck D said this quote. He said the NRA is a racist terrorist is a terrorist organization, man, and the administration backs the terrorist organization and never uses the word. And now their fear is that a 21-year-old is now cognizant of the NRA, where before it wasn't in their narrative. Now you got some other people who are waking up, who are woke at 18 and 19 and say this is some bullshit. So
yeah, it only took one dude shooting, killing 50 plus people, injuring over 550. Which let me just paint this picture for you, and for the listeners.
Yeah,
30 NBA teams, right?
Yeah.
15 to 16 players per team.
Yeah.
Imagine if every single player in the NBA was hurt.
Yeah.
That's what one person
that
had access to automatic weapons did. He imagine if you looked at the injury report and it just said the whole entire NBA.
Yeah.
That's what he did. In less than 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Come on, man. But it's not the time to talk about gun control. Like, fuck out of here. But like I know, it's never going to change. When they shot up the kids at Sandy Hook, and it still was like, now's not the time to talk about guns. They talked about everything else. That shit's never going away, man. It's like that's like you might as well be like, yo, let's take the stars off the flag. Because it would be easier to do that than to get gun control legislation passed.
Like, are white people just that scared of everybody that they have to be so like armed up? Is that what it like? I never understood like why like the fascination. And I know like Chris Rock, we mentioned him before, but he had one of the best takes on it when he said bullets should be $5,000 a piece. It won't be too many I didn't mean to shoot you, or like I'm just going to just carelessly shoot up this.
You get the accountants, the forensic accountants, they start adding up the cost. But no, man, guns are literally like when they say it's American as apple pie, no, it should be as American as a Smith and Wesson, because it's so ingrained. It's just a normal thing. And like people get guns, like little kids are giving guns for Christmas. Like that's a thing. I mean, they would never give us guns for Christmas, but I mean, I'm sure somebody. I know kids that as 5-6 year olds they got their first gun.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, and then when you factor in that some of the most profitable companies in America manufacture weapons, and you know, if they're not actively, you know, inciting war, they gotta keep them numbers coming somehow.
Yeah.
So they're going to get their bars off, you know. So if that means, you know, opening up a stadium and selling guns out the stadium, like with these gun shows they got going all around the country.
Yeah,
that's what gotta happen. I mean, you from here. I'm here all the time. They got them shits every 3 weeks. It's a gun show at the Coliseum. Or
let me ask you this: as a head of a household, father, husband, does that, like, I got somewhat of a bad, like, PTSD when it comes to guns. Like, I don't want to be around them, so I don't really want them in my house. Like, just due to different, you know, things that have happened in the past and things that I've seen. But it's like, are you under equipped when you know that you're around people that have, you know, such artillery? Like, how does that make you feel? Like, where do you stand with that?
I mean, you know my story, man. So guns have impacted my life way too much, you know, but at the same time, one of the best to ever do it once said, if negativity comes with a 22, positivity comes with a 45. So that being said, hey man, you know, you can walk in here if you want, but and I hate it that it even has to be like that. But I'm with you that, you know, I've seen so much negativity due to guns that it's literally, I never want to be near a gun. But I feel like if shit really went down, like it feels like the way the times that we live in, like it takes one thing for the, you know, for the revolution to happen. I feel like that's something that I almost gotta have. And I mean, and it's all legal and all that, but that's not the point. It's how much, and too much of anything is bad. You know, that's been my motto for forever. You know, too much temptation, you end up like David Ruffin. And at some point there has to be a limit, you know, where they sell these things in Nevada that can turn a semi-automatic gun into it operates as a fully automatic. So I mean, it's just like, yo, like, and now they're investigating these, you know, like shit always has to happen, you know, 600 people had to get injured, 50 people had to die for them to start looking at this and saying that maybe we shouldn't have that.
And a lot of it is just placating. They're like, oh, okay, we'll just look into it. But we know that
it's bullshit, because even if they take that away, that's not taking the automatic guns away. I can go right now, and buy an AR-15, which is a military grade assault rifle. I can buy one right now. And you know what it says? It literally says it's under the category of home defense. And one quick story, and then we talk about something. When I was I did marketing and advertising for businesses in Virginia, in the surrounding area. One of the calls I got was ironically from Blackwater, North Carolina. They looking to do some advertising to boost their website. So I was like, all right, well, send me what you're trying to. They sent me the promo video, and I pray I still have it, because I can't even share it because it's just crazy. What they wanted to start promoting in their ads was a fully automatic shotgun with it had tear gas projectiles. It was an urban assault rifle. They were marketing it as for home defense.
Tony Montana.
Yeah, Tony Montana ain't had shit on them. Like this when he said say hello to my little friend, this was the little friend's big brother. Like this shit was insane. And the promo video shows this joint blowing holes through doors. Mm-hmm. It has a hand grenade feature if you so choose. Infrared scopes on a shotgun. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like explosive rounds, you know. Flashbang. This is shit that you like you get in war.
Right.
So this is what they wanted to sell to people. And I'm like, yo, you want to really put these in people's houses? And he couldn't fathom why. I would question, why would you want to do that? Like,
yeah,
like that was like foreign to him. He just knew he had a product that
was gonna get that moolah.
Yeah, it was going to make gun nuts, you know, number 3 they self, and he was going to make a killing, literally. It's wild, man.
Well, we said all that to say we definitely are thinking about everyone that's been impacted and affected.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the homie Rain too. That's from Vegas, man.
Yeah.
He always bigging up his city, and it really took him back, as it did everybody, but especially him being that's his hometown. And you know, he didn't know anybody personally that was hurt or injured, but when that happens in your backyard,
yeah,
it just feels different, man.
I mean, I heard stories of people that I knew that were actually there, like, oh man, I was just there 20 minutes before. And,
Yo, it was so crazy because my uncle was there in Vegas the week before. He came back Friday. This happens on a Sunday, but all of my family didn't know he was back yet, so they were super nervous. So they were calling and everybody, and I even got calls. They were like, "Yo, have you talked to Corey?" I'm like, "Yo, no, he came back. I just saw him. I was just at my mom's house. He was there." And they would, you know, but just to think that you had family that was out there, and this is happening because you don't know. I mean, when I saw it come across, it was just, you know, a gunman shooting, and then you see all the videos. You didn't have the full story just yet. You just saw somebody, you know, shooting out of a, you know, a window.
Crazy, man.
Yo, and that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Man, shout to Uncle Corey, man. Glad that you're safe, and like I said, man, thoughts and prayers to everybody out there in Vegas, and you know, we just hope that, you know, some things change as far as people's mentality. You know, just crazy times we live in.
Yeah, but something wrong with us.
Right? Don't you dare take a knee, Philip.
Yeah. That's the issue, man.
On a lighter note, man, we're gonna do something that we love to do, and let's talk about the ladies.
Oh, the tissue cares if don't nobody else care.
That's right. This first lady, Phil, that we're gonna talk about right now, her name is Michaela Coel. People that are familiar with Netflix, that watch the shows that are on there, she has a show that's called Chewing Gum. Season 1 premiered, and it blew up. I mean, it totally just caught people off guard. They didn't know that it was going to be this good. Based out of London, her brand of comedies was just something different. Caught people by surprise. And then season 2 came around, and now, I mean, essentially, she's writing her own. Man, we talked about so many ladies, and she's writing her own ticket now too. She's coming with a new project called Been So Long. It's in post-production right now. And it's just great to just see all these different things happening, but just definitely wanted to give her a shout because she's someone that's just bringing a different style, showing, you know, just a different form of intelligence that we don't always get to see. And, you know, on Netflix, you know, it's a worldwide thing. So, you know, people all around the world are getting accustomed to seeing this type of
Netflix is the best shit out, man. Like for real, like just the diversity of shows that you get, and the quality of the shows. I feel like they're like an independent label in the sense that they back people and they say like, yo, you do what you do. We're just gonna make sure it gets out to the people.
Yeah,
and which is how it should be at the end of the day.
The deal that she got, they said, is believed to be the largest single acquisition in UK film history.
Word. That's
so.
I was gonna say something. I was about to say I was gonna say something in English, but
yeah.
I don't even know the right phrase.
It's smashing good time. That's what I got.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
But been so long. Like I said, been picked up by Netflix. It's a musical, so a little bit different. But again, Michaela Coel, shout to you. Excited to see what you got going on and keep killing it.
Yeah, man. We gotta ask the homie Sal Freckles to hit us with the right type of
there you go.
The right type of the proper
Sally, let us know.
Yeah.
Scallywags like us, we don't know.
Yo, I'm pretty sure that's not it.
that's definitely not it. Phil, I'm always excited whenever we could talk about business and the ladies that are killing it on the business side. Rosalind Brewer, she's the first woman COO of Starbucks.
Checks.
Now, I don't know if you drink Starbucks. I don't think you do.
But yeah, I do because the champ does. So
okay,
yeah.
Well, there you go. So
half of me drinks.
you better half of you drinks. Yeah, man. She originally was actually running like Sam's Club, like the warehouse club division. She just happened to.
I'm all about Sam's Club, yo.
Yeah, no, I rock with Sam's Club.
Get my
she was
my
on
85-pound bags of sugar.
She was on a panel discussion, like just talking about stuff, and they were just like, "Yo, hold up, yo. Do you want to have a meeting with us?" And essentially, they were like,
"Do you want a better job?"
Yeah, like they were in Seattle talking about like some of the things that they do in Sam's Club, and they were just like, "You know what?"
And she was just filling in. She was pitching because the COO or the CEO was supposed to be there, and he had a prior engagement, and she was like, "I got it." She Wally, he was Wally Pipp, and she was Lou Gehrig, yo.
Yeah. So needless to say, man, this was huge.
Google it, kids.
A great step for Starbucks, who actually really does stay on the forefront in terms of just innovation and kind of marketing. And their stock, continues to rise. But this happened by chance, and now she's the COO, formerly CEO of Sam's Club. So man, big shout out to her. My wife likes Starbucks as well.
Yeah.
So
Starbucks should sponsor Black Lives Matter. And it should be stay woke.
Yeah. There you go. Wake up.
Wake up. Yeah, wake up. No, that's dope though, man. Anytime Black women can they by design, I'm stereotyping here, but these one of those good stereotypes.
Yeah, it's a good stereotype. You can get this one off.
Black women just naturally run shit, and they run it well. They run households, they run businesses, they run corporations.
Yeah.
You
name it.
The leader of the free world's a Black woman. Queen Bee. I mean, and her vice president Oprah. So it is what it is. I mean, so this is par for the course.
So Phil, I'm not sure where you stand with This Is Us. You guys watch that?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you did.
One of the best shows of 2016, hands down.
So of course, breakout hit NBC. I mean, there's no other way to describe it other than a juggernaut. Sterling K. Brown, shout to him.
Yes.
We shouted him out a couple weeks ago when he won.
Sterling K. Brown.
The lady that plays his wife on the show, I'm not sure if our listeners are that familiar with her, but man, Susan Susan Watson, she plays Beth.
Bad gal.
yeah, I mean, just another one of those, man. You might be turning the TV. You might have to just stop for a second to just take a look to see what's going on, because you're like, whoa, hold on.
She's one of those sneaky ones though. Like,
yeah, I agree.
It's not overt. You know, some women is just,
and they may even downplay it a little bit for the role.
True, but it's just one of those. It is. I don't know her obviously, but it just feels natural. It just feels like, you know, she woke up like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, she definitely you know, caught my eye. Started to watch the show, you know, kind of late. My wife watches it. But just wanted to give her a shout out. She's definitely making some noise, and hopefully she can get some recognition as far as some of these awards and stuff. Not only just from you know, of course, the Emmys and Golden Globes, but also, you know, just in our community.
Yeah, man. NAACP, Image Awards, all that.
Yeah.
You know, it's always good to see actors like do quality roles. Like, I mean, any not, well, I shouldn't say any, but working is always a good thing in Hollywood. You know, sometimes you have to take parts you don't necessarily want, but just to see high quality writing, you know, and being in those parts, you know, even if it's playing somebody that, I mean, it shouldn't be a big thing for you to play a loving, caring wife, you know, head of the household, strong figure. It shouldn't be anything, you know, out of the ordinary, but it's just good to see, especially when it's done on a high quality, top rated show.
Now, Phil, for this last lady that we're about to talk about here, I have to ask you this: have you ever been in an Uber?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in Uber Black when it was in test mode. You know, shout out to the gentleman that shall remain nameless that paid for that ride from the. You remember that night at the J Justin Timberlake concert?
Oh yes.
Yeah, yes. You know who I'm referring to, but yeah, we got an Uber ride from the stadium back to my cousin's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in Roxborough. So you already know what that joint.
Good night though.
No, wonderful night.
Yeah.
Wonderful night.
Good night.
All the way around. on many sides.
Ursula Burns, that's who I want to talk about, because she's recently been appointed to be a board director. Left a lot of people stunned because Uber doesn't have a whole lot of Ursulas running around on their board. So, it was a surprise move by the CEO of Uber. Yeah, I mean, it essentially just created a lot of waves that actually got him ousted.
Wow.
So that's what I was getting to. So essentially, the fact that you know, her appointment caught so many people off guard. They actually had to have a meeting, which she actually ended up being a part of the board that had the vote that got him out of there. So
essentially, it was so off the wall to hire a black woman that it cost him his job.
Yeah.
Sounds about right for white America. Good job, pretty much. Why? Ask why. When you know why.
Like famous last words. Like that's like the epitome of that. Like, yeah, we'd like to welcome Ursula. Who?
Yo, yeah. One of them ill needle skips, like one of them shits. It's like, you know, probably a plate broke in the background.
Yeah, so yeah.
It was a dude pouring coffee and was still pouring it even though it wasn't no cup there. You know how that shit go. Just like, huh?
Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah, so she was formerly the CEO at Xerox. So I mean, she had some experience with like the corporate world. It wasn't like, you know, just put her off the street. It's not like a Pretty Woman, or you know, you know, something like that, where it's just like,
yeah.
But yeah, that was his last.
Yo, hold on, time out. Pretty Woman is fucking hilarious because yo, white people will make it. Yo, they turn being a whore into something desirable, or at least they attempted to.
A lady of the evening.
It's a love story. Like, yo, she was a cum bucket for a living, and now all of a sudden she a princess. And that's what you putting as on your. She's she's not like the regular, street whore. She's not one of them. She's like they literally tried to, tell you that Thanksgiving wasn't about Indian massacre.
Yeah. Well, shout to Ursula. She definitely has been making moves for a while. Just the annual salaries, I was kind of just looking at what she was able to amass at Xerox. It's like these CEOs, man. I mean, oh my goodness gracious. Like they getting Steph Curry money. It's amazing. Yo. But the amount of hate that comes with that, and especially when you're a double minority where you're black and you're a woman, I just can't even imagine that.
I think my shoulder's broad enough for them racks. Yo.
Right?
Yo, hate me now, goddamn it. No, like I was looking at some shit in Rex Tillerson.
Yeah,
he's worth like 300 million, right?
Yeah.
His retirement from Exxon. Take a guess how much his retirement was.
50 million. 75 million.
We're talking about 180.
Woo!
His retirement.
Yeah.
And he got forced out. That was a forced retirement.
It was like, all right, look, man, you gotta go.
But that was the goldenest of parachutes, like god damn, man, 180 million to roll.
Yeah, you gotta go. You ain't gotta
go. But throw my ass out, you give me 180 million, I might let you kick me in the ass. I might literally like.
Oh, might? Nah. We can discuss where later. But yeah, again, man, shout to Michaela, shout to Rosalind, Susan, Ursula. We salute you guys. We are going to continue to salute 4 women, and maybe even more. But I'm looking forward to Phil. We got to do this episode towards the end on the road to the hippies. We definitely want to just do an episode just totally just
the women of the year.
Women of the year, and we're gonna have our girl Sky Daniels on too.
Oh, I like it.
We're looking forward to that. Again, if anybody knows anyone that we should know about, anyone that we should make our listeners aware of, please let us know. We will feature them and talk about them.
Yes.
There it is. Couple more things, Phil. Now, NFL is your favorite sport.
Yeah, man.
But you might be coming home to trust the process soon.
I'm already there. Hold on, where my trust the process gear? Hold up.
The season hasn't quite started yet.
So I know, man. They make it. They I got some trust the process gear here, but go ahead.
So, LeVar Ball is someone who a year ago he was not nearly as recognizable and known as he is now. I mean,
he was in his lane.
Yeah, he was definitely in his lane in his neighborhood. Now he's a household name essentially, and
this dude's on NBA 2K18, yo.
It's crazy.
Like, he has a prominent role in the My Player mode. Look at that. Look
oh yeah. So USA Today, one of their writers recently said that he was the worst sports father ever, or worst sports parent ever. Because let me just say this.
Go ahead, get it on.
Because essentially his son, his youngest son, he has one son that's currently about to start his rookie season in the NBA, another one that started his freshman season at UCLA.
He's horrible.
And his third son, who is currently a high school junior, he's the 7th ranked seventh highest ranked basketball player in the country. And he decided to give him homeschool. So he's going to give him more attention and more essentially tutelage and more love than he would be able to do if his son was at school. But that makes him the worst parent ever, the worst sports parent ever.
All right.
Let's talk about that for a minute, man. If correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I'm looking at this like, okay, he doesn't quite agree with some of the things that are going on as far as his son's potential career and the path that it's going on. He wants to take matters into his own hands. People do this all the time, Phil.
Exactly.
Where does this writer, or where does USA Today get off by allowing for this to happen in terms of him being categorized as that?
It's fucking ludicrous is what it is. So like to all right, I'm gonna this, you know, I'm not the biggest LeVar Ball fan.
Yeah.
But this is insane, yo. All right, I'm gonna just give you a couple names.
Yeah.
And you tell me if LeVar Ball is worse than them. All right. Thomas Junta. July 5th, 2000. He killed another man. Let's start there. He killed another man in an argument over rough play at a children's hockey practice. Yeah. So all right. So that's he's not even pro level. We're just getting started. Bernie Kosar's father. He stole all Bernie's money, as documented on the ESPN 30 for 30 broke.
So I saw that. Wow.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Go ahead.
Nah, I was about to say Bernie looked bad in that joint too.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, his pop stole his money.
Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah. Let's talk about all the fathers. Mark Chimera, former Green Bay Packer. He went to prison for sexual misconduct. For violating his 17-year-old babysitter. Yeah. So he
Man.
So yeah.
So what I don't get, here's what I need to hear from you. Like, why do people have a problem with him and the way that he chooses to raise his children?
You ready?
Or why do you think?
Why ask why when you know why? But before I do that, I'm gonna just give you one more, and then we're gonna answer the question. Manny Pacquiao's dad. You know what he did, right?
What did he do?
He took Manny's dog. All right, you know, all right, you're not taking care of the dog. You know, Eddie Murphy had a whole joke about, you know, not taking care of your dog. But no, not only did he take little Manny's dog, he cooked it. And he ate the motherfucker.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, not quite. There's levels.
Yeah, it's definitely levels.
There's definitely levels, you know. We can talk about Rodman's dad. There's so many dads. Todd Marinovich's dad.
Some pretty bad dads out there, but
yeah. What's Ryan Leaf's pop? You know how he.
But for it to be in USA Today, which, you know, millions of people read every day, and for them to go ahead and run with this, like this,
that fucking coward Karl Malone.
Ouch. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, what do you think about that? And what do you think about the decision as a father, you know, just as a guy that knows, you know, a little bit about fatherhood? What do you think about his decision to do that? Like, don't you think that's his prerogative, his right as a parent?
It's ultimately his right. Whether I agree with it or not, you know, he knows his sons better than anybody. He has a plan for his sons. You know, only time will tell if he's made the right decision. You know, he's 1 for 3, right? You know, he has 2 pending. So right now he's 1 for 1. He took 1 shot and it's a successful shot. He has 1 son in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know, he has another son in college. He has another son preparing to go to college. So I don't agree with most
one,
of yeah.
You look at his notoriety, he is probably the most famous high school athlete of the past, at least since LeBron, and maybe even more people know him than they knew LeBron, just based off of just social media and
just because the way the world works and with social media, his name at this age is known way because LeBron wasn't really a household name until he was about 17.
So he got the Hummer,
the car. the utility sports vehicle.
The vehicle.
Yeah. But LaMelo was what? When they started really getting 14, 15. Yeah. So this kid, again, whether you agree with it or not, because I don't agree with a lot of this stuff. I've spoke my piece about LeVar on several occasions on this very show and others.
Yeah.
And that doesn't change the fact that I think he's a good dad because he has 3 sons. You never hear about them wilding in the streets. You never hear them about them being drugs, alcohol, violence, guns, all the shit that they say we about. His sons are about none of that.
Yeah.
And they play basketball. They love basketball. That's their thing. They're great at it, and he's setting his sons up for the future. Is every decision that he's making the best one? Again, only time will tell. We don't know. I mean, I have my opinions on some things, but him on how to teach his kids and raise his kids is not one of them. That's not my place, and it shouldn't be. The USA Today has a lot of fucking nerve, man. I just gave you a small list of, and that's just the people that I know about.
I know.
I could keep going. You should read some of this shit, man. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously someone that we'll be keeping an eye on just in terms of just the brand that he's created and some of the things that we're looking to see if they come into fruition or not. But I just wanted to bring that up just because that caught my eye, and I know if the circumstances were different.
Ray Caruth?
Yeah.
What about he? I mean,
yeah. If the circumstances were different, essentially, you wouldn't be saying that about him. But I'm happy for the whole family, man.
Yeah, it was tricky to say because he's one of the most popular figures in sports. It was, somebody got to sell that shit, they using him to sell it. I'm pissed they got me up here defending him because but it's you got to deal with LeVar on a case-by-case basis as my man Dev so eloquently pointed out.
Yeah.
You can't just be one way with with LeVar because you'll look like an idiot. You gotta take him on a case-by-case basis.
And shout to LeVar, man, and everything that he's doing, man.
But I tell you this, I'm gonna tell you how significant he is in pop culture. I mentioned he's on NBA 2K, but not only is his likeness on there, he's an essential part of one of their biggest mode on the game, the my player, my neighborhood mode.
Mm-hmm.
He's a part of that. But they also they literally remember when he was on Monday Night Raw and he came like sauntering down the aisle.
Yeah.
That's a motion that you can do. Like when you do your created player, that's a walk you can do. They have the LeVar Ball run instruct. They have the LeVar Ball mannerisms in the game.
People understand like when you play 2K, when you play with Lonzo, he has on the Big Baller brand sneakers.
Yeah.
Like that's just like literally 365 days ago, nobody really knew. They knew that he was this kid from Chino Hills. They knew that he was a McDonald's All-American, but that was it. And look at him now. Look what they were able to do in less than a year.
Yeah, man.
I mean, come on, guys. A worst sports parent. I was like, come on, shame on you, USA Today.
Screech Graham is one,
aka Mega Mac.
Yo, that's all that.
We got a couple more things to get into before we head to the end of the episode. Mental Health Awareness Day was October 10th. A lot of different, things were spread on the internet as far as bringing awareness to it.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's something in the Black community, hip hop community, that probably doesn't get talked about enough. With us being, lovers of music, we've seen so many of the important artists of our time.
Scarface.
Yeah.
Always comes back to Uncle Face, man. He's the first person I actually remember talking about, like, like in a serious way, not like, like the Grave Diggers. They were doing things and Diary of a Madman, but I mean, like, legitimately talking about, depression and schizophrenia and just dealing with different issues in a real serious way. Like Mind Playing Tricks on Me is one of the greatest songs in the history of hip hop. But when you bust it down, it was 3 cries for help.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, manic depressive, schizophrenia, and paranoia.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, that's real shit that people deal with, and people, like, without, don't at me, religious people, but you can't pray away schizophrenia. Stop with that. Like, I believe in God too, but I also believe in science. It's a real thing, and you can do both.
Yeah.
I mean, so fuck out of here with the, just give it up to God and don't actually do anything about it. No, God gave us free will so that we could go get help for things like this.
He gave us each other, and the ability to discern and to relate to people and be able to use your talents and your gifts to be able to help them out and vice versa.
Exactly.
So when we talk about mental health awareness, we talk about, not internalizing things to where it's eating you up. And one of the things that we saw last week was The Therapist, which is on pound for pound, probably the best cable network channel that there is. Viceland, Therapist,
Vice, holla at us.
Joe Budden, someone that has often spoken about mental health.
He's another one that accurately discusses mental health.
So they aired that episode on October 3rd. And I just watching it, just to watch, how his brain works is very interesting to see. Yeah, man. I think it's good to just have something out here to let people know that it is okay to talk to someone and get these feelings out. So
yeah, and it's one of those things. But when you I got 2 things I took away from that.
Yeah.
One, when you see Joe in that space, you understand a lot of why the way things happened with him the way they did. It so much of the things that happened throughout his career makes sense. Just in that brief, 22 minutes of TV, you got to understand him a little bit, And then secondly, I noticed there's a lot of motherfuckers that we know that have, unresolved mental health issues, undiagnosed mental health issues, because if Joe is, for lack of a better term, certified, has certified mental health issues, we know a lot of people that act much the way Joe does.
Sure.
So just like being like, wow, like, you don't want to cast, false, diagnosis on people, but you have to wonder, like, and one of the biggest things, man, and this is something else that I talked about. A friend of mine, Eddie Griffin, super talented kid, made it to the NBA, and he had mental health issues that went unchecked. and they weren't dealt with the way that they would be dealt with now. If Ed was coming up now, he would be in the NBA right now because his issues would have been dealt with totally different.
Yeah.
It was one of those things that, it never was discussed. It just acting out. It was never called what it was. It was everything but what it was.
Yeah.
And I think that just comes from Black people as a whole's one fear of with the whole Miss Evers boys and the Tuskegee experiments. You get that shit embedded in your head, and you get this mistrust of doctors, and you don't go. And then
plus they cost.
Yeah, and they cost. And that's a whole nother social economic issue that we could do a whole nother show on. But you factor in all these things, and then just the home remedies and that being passed down through tradition as a way to deal with things. And then I mentioned it earlier, praying things away that can't be prayed away. It's just prayer should be in addition to.
Yeah.
But
the brain is a muscle, just like your bicep and your tricep. So if you have a cramp or you have something that's like a disorder in your tricep, you can definitely try some things mentally, but you also have to pay attention to it in a deeper way. And I think that the brain is much like that, where if you have a bruise or a cramp, you kind of have to address it like physically as well as mentally as well. It sounds weird, but
there's physical therapy, when you have an injury like you were alluding to, and then there's mental health therapy, because in a way you're injured.
Yeah.
And so
we definitely wanted to shed some light on that. This show is actually featuring Dr. Singh. He's had T Grizzly was the latest one of hey Phil, remember when we left that duffel bag of money in hey man, shout to T Grizzly though. Joe Budden, Vic Mensa, Days Loaf, Rich Homie Quan, Chief Keef was one of the.
We don't mention him over here.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely. Chief Keef was one of the ones that stuck out. Like, whoa. Prodigy, that was eerie because that like premiered literally like the day after he passed away, and
he talked about seeing death.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that fucked with me. That was crazy.
Definitely a good show that comes on Tuesdays at 10:30 on Viceland. So if you're able to check it out, please do. You can also go to viceland.com /The Therapist, and you can check out some of those there too. So
hey, Vice, we here
take our advice, Vice.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, a couple more things I wanted to mention to you. NBA season is less than 8 days away, and a young man that is one of the best to come out of his city, a city that boasts such natives as Bill Russell, Jason Kidd, Gary Payton, but he's right up there with them just in terms of just being a real guy from the town, from the soil.
Are you talking about my favorite NBA player?
Your favorite basketball player, man, and I'm proud to say that I'm with you on that. As far as I like that he's your favorite basketball player because he embodies exactly what we like when it comes to just being real and repping, and then being a nice MC, like legend in 2 games. Like he's almost. He's almost
like
he's on his pee-wee.
Yeah, yo.
Pee-wee.
He's confirmed.
Man, none other than Damian Lillard, man. One of the realest guys out there. As far as his love for his craft, man. He loves to be a nice point guard and he loves to be an MC.
Yo.
And, confirmed out.
Yeah. I think I don't want to put words in my guy's mouth. Pause. I think he was throwing a little jabs at the team in his town.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. He's been very, very vocal with the fact that he is obsessed with them, and the fact that you know, they are experiencing such success in his native hometown. It just rubs him, you know, a certain type of way. Pause.
He's like, I'm not trying. I don't want to misquote him, but he basically said, I'm not trying to join the dream team. I'm a, you know, basically he's gonna do it, you know, with who he rocking with, which you have to respect, you know. KD has gotten many bars from my extended family on the War Room, you know. But Dame, coming from Dame, it takes a different meaning because it lets you know that the NBA players also kind of like, yeah, did you really? Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of theories out there that we won't go into, that we've talked about off about why he's there and why he stayed and took less money and everything, but that's neither here nor there. Dame Lillard is an MC's MC. Yo, the album is dope. It has bars, but it has new flavor, so it feels fresh and young, like the fact that I can listen to it, and my 20-year-old young boys can listen to it, and listen to the same album, and
but then also, even just like the one that came out last year, the letter O, I mean, it's kind of friendly on the ears, like it's not abrasive at all, like you can actually let this rock, and you know,
he got Wayne and Chains on there with no curses.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, you know, I know how tough it is. I know, you know, AI once upon a time, you know, 40 bars and you know everything that came with that.
Sound effects and everything.
that's still the craziest. That's still the craziest sound effect ad-lib ever.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, I know just with him being such a public figure, and you know, with the NBA wanting to keep things clean, I know I'm sure they suggest that you kind of keep it a certain way as far as your subject matter and everything. But he still has been able to be true to himself, true to Oakland, and you know, it's just great to see this, man. So big shout out to him, the whole Brookfield, which he reps to the fullest. And
I always want that dude to win, man. Anytime he steps on the court, like I root for him to win.
And his Adidas signature line isn't half bad either.
No. And you know how I roll, but yeah, I mean, I would rock just because it's him. And then, but also on a brief note, but connected to Dame, just how they changed the All-Star game format. My dude will finally get to actually play in the All-Star game.
He's been snubbed in the last two, and the game after each All-Star weekend, I think he's had like 50.
Yeah,
like both like the next night, like after the All-Star break, he had like 50.
And he every one of them dudes that got put on the team ahead of him, he tries to take their head off, as he should.
So, man, proud of him. Run It Up with Lil Wayne. Please check it out. Obviously, you know, Wayne loves guys that can rap. So he loves sports. So you know, it's cool
Anomaly with 2 Chainz too. That joint
So it's cool because you can see that Wayne is like, nah, I'm rocking with you. Like he was on the first album, he's on this one. So I like to see stuff like that. Nick Grant, you know, another guy.
We already know he's a
one of the best lyricists out right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, Dame, keep doing your thing, man. Hopefully you can make it to this All-Star game and get All-Star game MVP. We're calling it this year.
Yeah.
Dame Lillard.
Oh no, if he gets in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple more things, man. Coming to America
sequel. The tissue, man, so we could do the hold on.
Yeah, let's do that. We got to get you on the show, Dame, please.
Yeah, man.
Coming to America sequel. is looking like it's going to be a reality, man. 30 years later, this is something that we hold near and dear as far as that movie. Just give us half a bar about that real quick, man. Yes or no, as far as your, what you think about it. Yes or no?
I'm like one of these,
halfway there.
I don't know, man, because like I see the potential, but I also see the potential both ways for disaster, and there's an opportunity to really do something, but like it's hard. It could be The Godfather 3.
Well, Kenya Barris, who we just mentioned before, the showrunner for Blackish, he is signed on to kind of run this project here. So I mean, his track record speaks for itself. He's a reputable guy. So maybe not.
You never want to be The Godfather 3 though. Like
no, you don't.
Yeah, people don't even.
Yeah, it doesn't even exist.
Yeah,
what trilogy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Couple more things, man. We saw Jay rock the Colin K jersey on Saturday Night Live. That was dope.
Gotta love that.
Shout to Colin, still out there doing phenomenal work out there. Jay has the cargo plane with supplies going to Puerto Rico, and Fat Joe got in on that as well. So it's good to see Tidal, Rock Nation, and these legends.
Yeah. Kevin Hart, Lopez, J-Lo.
Yeah. Colin is still doing his thing though, man. He is still just doing great work out there. And again, Eminem definitely took the time out to make sure that he shouted him out during the freestyle that premiered during the BET Hip Hop Awards. So he's someone that he definitely was a revered guy. He went to being a hero. Now he's an icon, and he's someone that essentially took America's pastime and just totally changed it forever, I think.
Yeah, his jersey's in the Museum of Modern Art in NYC. It's going to the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
There's going to be a 30 for 30 for sure.
Yeah.
But he's going to be one of those people. He's Kurt Flood.
Yeah.
And for my sports fans, for my non-sports fans, I should say, Kurt Flood was the first person to challenge the system in major sports, and he was the first one to be a free agent, which is commonplace in all of sports now, but he was the first one. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Colin is the martyr. From all appearances, he's never going to play in the NFL again. Not because he doesn't want to, but because they're trying to make an example out of him. They're going to try to legislate standing for the anthem into the game. I'm telling you, that's going to happen. They're going to. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, but they're damn sure going to try.
Over a year ago, you on this show, you let people know that. Just less than 5 years ago, they didn't even do the anthem before.
No, and they get paid for all that military stuff that they do. The NFL gets paid for that.
Yeah,
that's not out the kindness of their heart. Yeah. They've been paid over $60 million, and some reports say it's as high as $180 million.
Yeah.
Since 2008.
Yep.
So miss me with all the false patriotism and everything. You're taking taxpayer money to literally you're taking my money and my partner's money and then telling us how we should respond to that.
And Mike Pence, you can yeah. you can go kick rocks, man. Like that whole
it's so corny. But the fact that his base eats it up, like he knew going in, but the people outside of the game said he's going to leave. if anybody kneels, knowing that the 49ers were playing, meaning that Eric Reed was going to be there, who from day one has been kneeling with Kaepernick.
Philmatic, tell me this though. Guess what? What Mike Pence did was a protest.
Yes.
So it's like
he protested the protest.
You protested a protest. But one last thing, but before we go, M's freestyle is something that will be the talk of everything tomorrow for sure. Colin took a clip of it and actually posted it on his Twitter. He said, I appreciate you at Eminem with the black fist. And it's already making its way around 100,000 likes, 50,000 retweets, and I'm sure by tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for all that that white rage that's all this white on white crime that is about to occur.
Agent Orange is already on his way.
Oh man. Yeah. His little midget Twitter fingers couldn't wait. They probably that's probably the first time he ever turned on BET. They probably don't even got BET in the White House, yo. It's probably But
Philmatic,
before we take us out with the fader, man.
Yeah.
I gotta say one thing, man. I was highly disappointed, but I already knew what it was going to be. There was a lot of MCs tonight on the show.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of great bars, some not so much. But the best bars that were on the BET Cypher didn't actually appear on BET. And I have to say this 100%. Once again, I am at Philmatic365. That's PHILLMATIC 365. 4 ladies, 4 women absolutely destroyed the Cypher. And for whatever reason, whoever's decision it was, it did not actually air on the show. LaKaylee 47, Tokyo Jets, Cash Doll, and our lady Rapsody absolutely destroyed the Cypher in a way that would make actual in the street Cypher MCs proud. And it's real corny that they weren't able to display that, because if you take their Cypher and put it against anybody else, and there were some amazing artists tonight on the Cyphers, but pound for pound, those 4 women destroyed everybody else's Cypher as a whole. So the fact that BET didn't have the balls to show it just lets you know how they roll. I already gave you my name. You know where I'm at. If you feel some way, get at me. That being said, Vod.
Yeah, man. On that note, man, Philmatic, take us out with the fader.
Okay, gang. Well, I spoke my piece a lot, but I want to just touch on a couple things real quick, music wise, because we talked about everything, and this is a hip hop show after all, so
everything is hip hop.
Everything is hip hop, absolutely. But I wanted to give particular shouts out to a couple MCs for phenomenal work. I had to take notes.
Talk to him.
Rapsody. She's come up a lot in this show today. Of course, Layla's Wisdom, absolutely amazing project. Our guy Apollo Brown, man, he did it again, Vod. Oh. he might be the best producer in the world, yo. Apollo Brown and Planet Asia's Anchovies, another amazing project. LaKaylee 47, Washington set. I absolutely love that. I'm 100% sure it was not made for me as a 38-year-old b-boy, but I love that joint, yo. It's Vod. I promise you. Listen to this joint. Her skill.
I'm aware.
Oh no, her skill set is who Nikki wish she was. And what I mean by that is that Michaela can actually sing. Michaela can rap. Nikki can. There's no question. Nikki can rap. The singing part, not so much. But if Nikki had Michaela's skill set, she would be who everybody already puts her as. She would legitimately be that.
Yeah.
But that being said, Michaela is amazing. And I don't mean to down Nikki to big her up, because that's not what I'm trying to do. And it's just something, just an observation that I had. Belly's mumble rap is another dope project that I've been enjoying. Definitely shout out to Boy Wonder. Definitely laced Belly with some beats. We mentioned Dame Dolla, Damian Lillard's confirmed. And then the last two projects, man, these two right here are steadily climbing up the list the more and more I listen to them. Apathy and OC's Perestroika. OC's one of our guys. He's Tissue and the Tape alum. What up, O? Hey man, you got another banger, man. This joint's amazing, man. We definitely got to get you back to talk about this, man. Absolutely amazing, phenomenal bar work on this joint. And hey man, I was thoroughly and I was enjoying it a lot. Been in a heavy rotation. And then lastly, man, Sha Stimuli, man, Lazarus. This we often talk about like what it takes to be a great MC, and one of the things we always talk about is that signature project.
Yep.
That one that whether you get the mainstream recognition or not, that's not what we're talking about. This, as far as hip hop heads go, and people that care about this art form, and people that care about this sport and this culture, Sha Stimuli's Lazarus project, hey man, salute to you. It's phenomenal. He took real life and turned it into art. He took everyday real life situations, which it sounds easy. It's extremely difficult, which is probably why so many of these rap dudes lie. Because it's not easy to make real life into dope music. And the great ones are able to do it. So shout out to you, man. Some of the perspectives, like just some of the ways that he approached these, like one song in particular, Jail University, which he jokingly says, I should have went to jail instead of college, and he gives you all these reasons why going to jail would have been better than going to college, and it's tongue in cheek, but it talks to a bigger point of how jail gets saluted more than college does. And we know, as from being college graduates and having family members that came home from the Bing to and who got celebrated how. So it's one of those things that, like, I understood exactly what he meant. I mean, of course it was tongue in cheek, because there's I don't ever want to go to jail. I'll sleep easy with my degrees. But I got exactly what he was saying. It was just so dope the way that he flipped it. And I just wanted to give him a shout and extend that open invite to Sha Stimuli. Anytime you're ready, kid, holla at the heat holders.
And I got one more MC.
Talk to us.
We mentioned a few female MCs, ladies that are doing their thing as far as being dope with their crafts, but we stand with Jemele. Just in case you guys didn't know, she's definitely, as far as the bars, as far as
her bar work is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's definitely up there with the elite of today. So big shout to her. ESPN, we are definitely watching you, and we don't mean from the standpoint of being a patron and watching. We're literally watching to see how you handle this situation. There will definitely be some repercussions and a lot of things that you guys are probably not prepared for if you do what we think that you're going to do. So even if you don't, you probably lost a lot of people just with the suspension.
And the shit is so hypocritical, man, because we talked about this like when with the first slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
They let ESPN is owned by Disney. Disney lets their other shows get away with all types of verbal murder, slander, and sometimes outright just lies. It's all good. She said something that was true on her own time, not on their airwaves, again, in her own personal space. And it's all because they are aligned with interests that don't want to hear her speak her piece.
Yeah.
And it's bullshit. And you're right. As much as I love, how much I love the sport of football, I'll throw all that shit away if they do what I think they're going to do, man. It's getting to that point, man, to where I don't even want to see the fucking highlights on.
Yeah, I mean they've just really just ruined, just in terms of just from these the team owners to Goodell. And man, I'm sorry, man. I know the Players Association is supposed to do what the players do.
I know you won't say it. I'll say it. They pussy.
The Morris Smith, man. Shame on you, man. Yeah. So we said all that to say, man. Jemele,
we here for you, girl.
We
and if you need an interpreter, an anger interpreter, I'm here, yo. Because oh man,
there's certain things that you can't do because you're a lady and you're eloquent.
They don't pay me.
Yeah.
So I'll
Phil be glad to step in for you.
Please.
But yeah,
tag me in. I need to go back.
Shout to you, Jemele, and keep doing your thing, and don't ever let them mute you. And you're doing exactly what you need to be doing.
And shout out to Michael Smith, man, because that you can tell that's legitimately his friend, yo.
No question.
Because he did Sports Center today. You could tell that it like I know that she gave him her blessing to do, because he wouldn't have done it just off of like, and you can tell.
Yeah, I mean they still have things that they're trying to work out, I'm sure, behind the scenes, and we'll see how that plays out as the year goes on. But we definitely wanted to give her a shout out as our last partner.
Absolutely.
Shot. And we're looking forward to what she has going on. So
that's another one. Open invite. Anytime you want to rock with the He Holders, you can say whatever you want here, girl.
There it is.
And you know what we do? We work for the money, we live for the love, and we die for what we believe in. This is Tissue and the Tape. Respect He Holders.
Biatch.
Yo, every time I hear biatch, I be like, yo, I want